Heck, this might even be my comic cover of the year. Hello everybody and welcome back into Jar's Toy Emporium. My name is Jacob and you already know it's New Comic Book Wednesday. I'm on my lunch break heading to the comic book shop and I'm really not sure what today has in stores. I think we might have the Ultimates today, but usually the last couple weeks have been such big weeks I was like excited for them. That doesn't mean this week isn't. It just means I do not know exactly what we're getting. So I am excited for that because there's a little bit of a little mystery factor going on here. But without further ado, let's head to the comic shop. It might be raining, but here we are at Gotham City Limit. Now, checking out the first new comic book table, the first thing that catches my eye is Jedi Knights issue number 1. Now, this is a cool story about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan back in the day, and I think it's also a limited series, so it's going to be cool to kind of see that all unfold, but it's also something I think I'm going to wait until it's a completed work to read. They did have some Doctor Strange of Asgard, you guys saw that Marvel Rival variant, and then they had some Spider-Man stuff and some sweet foil covers, which is always cool to see foils. I think they look phenomenal. Moving over to the next new comic book table, the thing that instantly catches my eye here is the Ultimate issue number 10. Always has some great covers for that. And then Knight Fist of Konshu issue number 6. Another Marvel Rivals variant, so you know that's coming home with me. But I also thought this Moon Knight cover was pretty awesome as well. Other than that, they did have some spectacular Spider-Man, some Spider-Boy. I love that one of him swinging through the city with the food. Awesome. And then Arcbound issue number 4. I still can't believe more people aren't reading that because I thoroughly enjoy it. And I'm super excited to continue to see that story evolve because it's been great so far. Moving over to the opposite side of the table, they did have TMNT Nightwatcher, and then this cool TMNT Ray Fillet. I am going to pass on both of those. I will pick up Nightwatcher at some point, and then I'd also love to get into Moon Man, but I've not read any of it, so I'll probably, again, will wait until it is a completed work, so I can kind of just go back through and read through all of it. Another Marvel Rivals variant for Immortal Thor issue number 21, so I think you guys already know that one's coming home with me as well. Some DC stuff this week, but nothing for me as I don't have any DC pickups, but for those of you that are interested, they did have them here at Gotham City Limit. And I will say this Two-Face issue was really, really cool. Great cover on that. But I was happy with what I got, so let's head on out of here. Alrighty, guys, we just left the comic shop, and it was a lighter week as far as, you know, mainline covers that I was picking up. But it was a very heavy week for variant covers, which we don't do a whole lot of, so that's super exciting. I'm pumped. It is a little rainy here today. Unfortunately, usually I give you guys a little weather update, but we got some sick variant covers that I'm super excited for you guys to see when we get back to the studio later today, but let's head back to work. Alrighty, guys, we are off from work and we are back in the studio and we have our stack of comics right here. Now, I will say this is an interesting week for me for comics because normally I don't pick up a lot of variants. I try to stick to the cover A's, try to keep the cost down a little bit, even though there are so many cool comic covers out there. I do try to limit myself on the ones that I pick up. This week in particular, there was a few that I am trying to stay up to date on, and those are variant covers, and I'm super excited to show you guys them. But we do have a couple of mainline story here, books that I'm excited to talk about, so let's get into it. We will start off in the world of Marvel, and I gotta say, that is where a lot of our books are from this week, and we do have the Ultimates issue number 10. Now, this is a really cool cover. I really do like the Ultimates a lot. I'm not gonna talk about it too much because you guys hear me talk about how much I like the Ultimate Universe and the Absolute Universe so much, and the Energon Universe. There's so many great universes going on right now, but yes, we have the Ultimates issue number 10. Super excited to continue this story. I'm trying to get all of the Ultimate single issue comics. There's a few that I'm missing out on because I did get into Ultimate Spider-Man late because I got into comics late. I did get into the Ultimates late, Ultimate Black Panther, everything I don't have issue 1 of. So, well, I do have Ultimate Wolverine, so that's a lie. But I still got to pick up some of the Ultimates issues, but I'm excited to continue the story. I am at least caught up in the story, so the Ultimate issue number 10 right here. Awesome cover as always. I love all the Ultimate covers. You guys heard me say that over and over again, but yeah, another great comic right here. Now, this is one I have been talking about so highly of, and I can't believe more people aren't reading it, but that is Knight Fist of Konshu. Here we have issue number 6, and I think it might just be because I'm such a Moon Knight fan that I'm so excited to continue reading this story. Another great cover as always. I mean, look how cool that looks. That is awesome. But yeah, Knight Fist of Konshu, I really, really, really hope that we get to see him in the MCU again. I know there's been some rumors flying around that he might not be coming back in his show, unfortunately, because I thought the Moon Knight show was fantastic, but he might be showing up back in the movies, which that would be good enough for me. I just want to see more Moon Knight in the MCU because I thought it was fantastic, and I would love to see his interactions with some of the other Marvel characters in live action form on the TV or on the movie screen. Either way would be awesome. But Knight Fist of Konshu, issue number 6, for the time being, to fill all my Moon Knight needs. Now, the last comic that we have here that isn't a variant is actually Arcbound issue number 4. Now, I am still shocked that more people are not reading Arcbound, and I think a lot of people are going to regret that whenever this becomes a TV show or maybe a movie at some point. Obviously, when you have Tom Hardy as one of the writers on here and Scott Snyder, I think that's definitely a recipe for where you're eventually going to get to a movie or a TV show, which I think is really, really cool. But Arcbound issue number 4, if you're not reading it, go pick it up. You're definitely not going to be disappointed, and I have loved it so far. I think it's been really cool, really fun, great universe, great world that we're in. So Arcbound issue number 4. Now, those are the only cover A issues that we picked up this week. Everything else is variants. Now, you guys know how big of a fan I am of Marvel Rivals, and we actually got 3 new Marvel Rival variants this week, and I gotta say, the best one that I personally think came out this week is the Immortal Thor issue number 21, and this is the Loki Marvel Rivals variant. But it is not just Loki, and I think that's what makes this such an awesome variant, is if you flip it upside down, we have Hela. So how cool is that? This is probably the best Marvel Rivals variant that we've gotten so far, and this one looks phenomenal. So obviously this is early contender for cover of the week because that looks so cool, and I'm already a big Marvel Rivals fan. But how cool is that? I love the kind of like upside down that we have going on here. That's too cool. So the Immortal Thor issue number 21, a Loki variant for Marvel Rivals. Now, the next Marvel Rivals variant that we have is actually very exciting for me because it is for the character that I play the most of in competitive Marvel Rivals, and that is Doctor Strange. Now, what makes this one also a little bit more cool is this is actually an issue number 1 from the brand new Doctor Strange of Asgard. Now, I don't plan on reading Doctor Strange of Asgard, but obviously I'm going to pick up the Marvel Rivals variant, and I think they did a very good job of sketching him to look very similar to his Marvel Rivals character. Now, obviously it is Doctor Strange, so he's only going to look so different, but they did a really great job with all the facial features and all of those things. So Doctor Strange of Asgard, issue number 1, but the Doctor Strange of Marvel Rivals variant, which is the reason I picked it up, and I just think that looks really cool. So super happy to have my main in the collection now. Now, the last Marvel Rivals cover that we have this week is one of my favorite Marvel characters. You guys probably know where this is going. We've already gotten Spider-Man, so who's up next? And that is Moon Knight. So we do have Moon Knight Fist of Konshu issue number 6, but we obviously had to pick up the Rivals variant, and this one is pretty cool as well. This one might be my least favorite out of the 3 that we got this week. It does seem pretty basic. I love like the sketch design to it, and I love all like the little detail. I think his suit looks fantastic. All those things are cool, but I just really like the Doctor Strange, and obviously the Immortal Thor with Loki and Hela on it is really, really good. So this one's very similar to the Doctor Strange one for me, and as I'm looking at it a little bit more now, it's growing on me, but I do just love Moon Knight. So obviously this was a must-have for a Marvel Rivals fan, but also for a Moon Knight fan. So super excited to have this one in the collection as well. Now, the last comic is a comic that I talked about last week when I said it was a cover that I didn't know existed, and it did come into the comic shop this week. And I will be going ahead and saying now that this does take the place of last week's cover of the week, which was Ultimate X-Men. Sorry, Ultimate X-Men, you're getting kicked out of the way because this cover that came out last week is too good. And it's my channel, so I make the rules, so I can do what I want when it comes to my covers of the week. And this one takes last week's cover of the week. Easily, it would take this week's cover of the week. Heck, this might even be my comic cover of the year so far because something about this one is just too cool. So you guys are probably wondering, well, what are you talking about? It is TMNT issue number 7, and something about this cover just is awesome to me. So I want you guys to get a little bit of a detailed look here at it. Obviously, we have the Turtles here. We have Leo, Raph, Donatello, and Michelangelo. But just look at how cool they designed this. Now, this is from the interior artist for the issue, which I think is awesome, but I just love it. This looks literally like a page straight out of the comic, but done so well that it fits on the comic cover, and I appreciate that so much. The colors are so cool. You guys can obviously see we have Michelangelo, because you can tell by his like face mask there, his bandana. We have Donatello, Raph, and Leo, like I just said, but you can really kind of tell who's who, and they also did a really good job of illustrating their weapons. Like, everything about this cover is too cool. We can see foot soldiers jumping out trying to get them. Like, I just love this cover. It's my cover of the year right now, so obviously it has to be last week's cover of the week, and I can't pick it for this week because I do new comic book covers of the week, and it's technically not a new comic. It came out last week, so it's not so far out of the way. Like, if this was going back to like January, I wouldn't change it then. But since this did come out last week and I did know about it last week and I did order it last week, I think it's fair that it is last week's cover of the week. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 7, and I just think this cover is absolutely fantastic. Now, while TMNT issue number 7 can't be my cover of the week this week because of the reasons I already explained, My cover of the week, and you probably know where this is going, is the Immortal Thor issue number 21, the Marvel Rivals variant. Now, this Loki and Hela is just too cool, and it kind of resembles like a playing card, which I think is neat how you can kind of flip it upside down, and it's kind of the same character, kind of not, which is really neat. But yeah, the Immortal Thor issue number 21, Marvel Rivals variant for this week's cover of the week, and I think that's pretty deserving because it's a pretty awesome cover. Now, those are all the comics that I picked up this week. Let me know down in the comment section below which you guys picked up, but that is also going to do it for this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little comic haul that we got today. Really cool comics, and it was a fun week because there was a lot of variants. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and again, comment down below what you guys picked up this week. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for New Comic Book Wednesday.